I was diagnosed with ADHD, and my mom was asking the doctor, so what should we do? And the doctor said, just have some vitamin B.
Wow.
And that's it. That was it. China overall culturally is very strict because you're not supposed to praise your children and be very strict and push them as far as they can.
Yeah.
You know, not saying I was a disappointment as a girl, but girl was much of overlooked. Looking back at my childhood, I feel, quite misunderstood. And again, it's deep layer of shame that I'm not enough. I something wrong with me again, because look at other people, they can do it. I can't do it.
So when you came here, what made you come to London?
Marriage.
Okay. So that got you here.
I want to know now, because you said it like that.
Our relationship didn't work out, but I stayed and I felt very low. I felt very low because my blueprint of being a woman, of get married, have children, it's gone now. That means, who am I?
What's next?
What's next? I was asking my tutor a question, then he was like, Joy, you're fine. You're going to be a very good therapist. It's something that nobody ever told me about, in the sense of believed in me.
There is that praise that you're not used to receiving.
And somebody actually believed in me. Something actually see good in me.
Hello and welcome to A Bunch of Therapists with me, Michaela McCarthy.
And me, Dipti Solanki. We'll be bringing you stories and insights from inside the therapy room.
So this week we have a therapist called Joy.
Yes.
Who's going to tell us her story and her upbringing in China, and how before she trained as a therapist, that she was a DJ.
I know, a DJ in nightclubs.
Yeah. And which obviously expectations of, culture, different cultures, that wasn't the plan for her.
Yeah, I think her story is such an interesting one, because it's definitely not one I've heard before, in terms of the expectations, going to become a DJ in a nightclub, other personal challenges, and how she's used therapy as a springboard to really, pivot so much in her life. I loved our conversation with her.
Yeah, and I'm sure the viewers and listeners will enjoy listening to Joy.
She's very joyful.
Yeah, she is.
Joy, welcome to A Bunch of Therapists. I've really been looking forward to our conversation. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for having me.
We'd like to just start off at the deep end, if we may,
Okay.
and talk a little bit about what was it that took you into your own therapy journey?
Wow, that was a while back, I think. There were a period of time I'm feeling very low. And one of my friends actually recommended, she said, why don't you talk to your GP? And so my GP helped me to start with like 6 sessions. That was like 10, 15 years ago. But anyway, yeah.
So that was on the NHS?
That was our NHS. And it was limited sessions, so we couldn't go very deep. But the therapist helped me to understand that my family structure might have my impact on the way I am today.
Okay.
How long have you lived in the UK? How old were you when you came here from China?
It's 15 years.
Okay.
And so from that experience, I understand, I started to have a glimpse of understanding of, what childhood, the environment that you grow up with. The therapist was very kind. She said, she understands it's limited. She couldn't help me with more the issues I have. So
the deeper stuff that was presenting itself.
Yeah, the deep stuff was presenting itself. So she was, but she says, don't ever feel that you're the only person on the planet to feel that way. So
what did that do for you?
That made me feel I'm not the only. I'm not alone. That made me feel that I'm not isolated. So yeah, that was my first, touch with the first peak of something.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something more going on I need to know about myself.
So was it more about the family structure culturally in China? I'd love to understand something about that.
I think that it's back to my childhood. Is that China overall culturally is very strict because you're not supposed to praise your children and be very strict and push them as far as they can.
Yeah.
So
is that what you experienced?
Yes, definitely. I think the week I was born, my grandfather, my mom's dad, was in hospital, and it was emergency. It was an unexpected stomach bleed, and he passed away 3 days.
Oh,
within 3 days, it was unexpected. Whilst my mom was having labor with me.
Oh, wow.
For me. And so I think later on, my mom never got over it. She is very superstitious.
Mm-hmm.
She believed that my life is so hard. It was one life coming on the earth, the other one left. So that gave me the belief of I something wrong with me, or I'm unwanted. I'm not supposed to be there.
That's hard.
Yeah. So, just out of interest, how did your mum grieve? Was there grieving process in the family? You know,
No.
having a new baby, and then
I don't remember how my mum grieved, but I don't think it was properly grieved. It was just let's move on.
Well, it sounds like that was a shock that your grandfather died in the first place.
Yeah.
And then you came into the world, and so the feeling was that you were perhaps born at the wrong time, that you to use your words, unwanted.
Yeah.
That I can understand a lot of that, and that's difficult to navigate life feeling that, isn't it?
I didn't know I had that.
Right.
It was sitting my unconscious, but because I have that, I wasn't able to move forward with my life because I was holding back. I was constantly believed that I was unwanted. I couldn't at the driver's seat. I was always the passenger seat. Yeah.
Was that showing up in different areas of your life as well?
Yeah. This is like, after I went through the therapy, then I realized that was showing up in all areas in my life. And and also because China is such, at my age, at my generation, was such a patriarchal. So basically it was, they praise boys. Boys is the priority. And
very much like the Indian culture.
Oh,
yeah.
Gosh, thank you. That makes me feel related.
I hear you.
It was so not saying I was a disappointment as a girl, but girl was much of overlooked. You don't sit at the same table as the boys, and you don't get the same opportunity for anything as the boys. So again, that's when I was young, I didn't know what was that, but now I know it's a shame. It's a shame. It's inadequacy. It's inferiority that I'm just not good enough. I am just not as good as something wrong, even just being me. Just being a girl, it was something wrong with it.
Is things changed?
Things changed drastically. I'm talking about quite a while back when I was in the 80s. So now things change a lot. But I think in my family, my grandma and my grandfather had such strong influence in the family, and they hold this belief that boys are more important.
So boys are first, girls are second.
They're ingrained.
Always, they ingrained. So all my auntie, uncles to follow, and then my, then my mom and my dad. It's a very system of like that. So,
from your mom's perspective as well. So, the pressure that the pregnant woman at the time has to produce a boy as well is immense as well, isn't it?
I know. And I don't think she was accepted either from the family because I was a girl. So it was probably the saddest situation for both.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that that perspective is often overlooked as well. The pressure on women to produce boys, and when they're not able to, it's like they're worthless as well. So it kind of has that domino effect that trickles downwards.
Yeah. It's boiled down the end, it's talking about the worth, is a self-worth, is that if I don't meet expectations from the society culturally, you're not worthy. Doesn't matter what you're actually capable of.
So what was
achieving.
expected from you within your family system?
Within my family, when I was younger, it was expected to go to school, go to university, and later on get a job, get married, have children. That was expected. But well, I was diagnosed with ADHD when I was at school. At a time, I don't think anyone now, mental health diagnostics, medications, research, everything is put in place. But at a time, I don't think anyone knows what to do with ADHD. I remember vaguely that, I was diagnosed with ADHD and my mom was asking the doctor, so what should we do? And the doctor said, just have some vitamin B.
Wow.
And that's it. That was it. And also, I have to highlight the fact that now we know boys and girls are different.
Yeah.
Boys they're most likely to be overactive, and girls most likely to be interactive, or both combination of it. So having a girl ADHD, in China we call it ADHD 小儿多动症, which means the kids move a lot.
Okay.
But it's not a case for the girls. If you're interactive, you're most likely in your own head, daydreaming, can't concentrate. You're in your own heads. It's totally different. Presented.
The boys it shows up easier because you see them climbing, jumping.
Yeah.
And I know people say, boys will be boys, but then they don't listen, they don't sit still.
Yeah.
Girls, it's slightly different.
Yeah.
But I know more in recent years that women are being diagnosed both with ADHD and ADD. So the inattentive and the hyperactivity, but within their thoughts.
Yeah.
It's the thought process. It can look like anxiety. That must have been tough being diagnosed. And then they say, you can take vitamin B.
Yeah. So it was really tough because in China, the only way to assess whether you're good or not is assess if you go to the university or not is by assessing you academic-wise.
Sure.
And I didn't have any tool. No one knows what to do with me, and I don't know what's going on with me. But all I know is I just can't concentrate. I just can't study. And my mind is very busy. Like you said, it's overactive.
That's the hyperactivity of the mind.
Hyperactivity in my mind. But I have no direction at a time. Now I know, after all of these years and retrain again, if I have a goal, if I have a direction, and I'm self-motivated, I get it done.
Yeah.
Hyper-focused.
Hyper-focus comes to play. But at a time, it was not, So basically, again, it's another layer of something wrong with me. I think looking back at my childhood, I feel, quite misunderstood. And again, it's deep layer of shame that I'm not enough. Something wrong with me again, because look at other people, they can do it. I can't do it. And
what sorts of things would you be looking at that they can do that you can't do?
All sorts of things, and math, chemistry.
So the sciences.
But sciences that need higher concentration, that needs a lot of focus, I wasn't able to do it. But I was very good at music and languages.
Creative.
Afterwards, I know, there are things good about ADHD is that you can be intuitive, you can be creative, and you have a resilience. You have a lot of, you're thinking outside the box.
You find solutions.
You find solutions and a pattern relating, handy to therapy work. But that was So at school so languages and music really, really, really stood out for me, and really resonated with me as well. I felt I felt natural with it.
So that music led to another interest, didn't it?
Music is something it's the love of my life.
Yeah.
And it's my being. It's, I breathe music. I listen to music every day. It's part of define who I am. It goes to that. Yeah. But
what kind of music do you listen to?
I listen to all sorts of music, but because I later on become DJ, so I play a lot of house music, techno music, electronic music.
Where did you DJ?
I DJed in Shanghai in the nightclubs for many
Amazing.
years,
Yeah.
and I DJed here in several clubs here as well, in London, and the festivals. It was self-taught, and it was something I can just figure out myself. Plus your intuition, you can read the crowds, you know what they want, you can give them what they want. So
Do you miss it?
I miss tremendously pretty much every single day. And the self-doubt part is I never believed that I could be good enough. I didn't allow myself to go further. But that is me realizing now it was my it's the self-doubt that
Low self-esteem, right?
low self-esteem to hold me back.
If you're enjoying A Bunch of Therapists, why not like, subscribe and share with a friend?
So when you came here, what made you come to London?
Marriage.
Okay. So that got you here.
I want to know now because you said it like that.
I met my ex-husband, and he's a lovely guy. We met through music. I was DJing in Shanghai. I finished 4:00 in the morning, and then some other DJ dragged me to this after party. I was young back then, so he was there. He was there. He was there on the best. He's also in music, and he was on tour with another 2 DJs that was performing in Shanghai. And so we had another person introduced us together, and somehow just I got to know him. Then the rest is history.
And then he said, right, I'm coming to here or coming back here.
I was still living in Shanghai at the moment at that time, but he was back and forth. We started a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
We started a long distance relationship, and it was a back and forth that, he would come to see me, or we would go holiday until probably about a year later, we decided to give this a try. Then I moved to London for a little bit. And and the bigger thing connected to us again is the music. It's he opened the eyes, he opened my eyes in way more, like more than I can ever imagined. And I'm, to this day, I'm still deeply grateful for the time I had. I'm grateful for that.
And then you stayed, or did you go back? Or
our relationship didn't work out, but I stayed, and I stayed. Then it was quite a harder time for me because I felt very low. I felt very low because my blueprint of being a woman, of get married, have children, it's gone now. That means, who am I?
What's next?
What's next? My identity, who am I? And it's through a little bit of soul searching, and also and just like starting asking myself again, what do you really want to do? Who are you? And all of there are signs along my journey is, when I first come to England, Guardian newspaper, I always go to the love and the relationship. That was always my first, what's this week's story? What's the comment? What's people saying? What's the columnist reply? And what's the device? So I was like, I'm always interested in this. And plus my own therapy journey, that I have had a therapy, during the past few years. And I can see how much therapy can help you. And I naturally, because again, wasn't thinking about ADHD, but one-to-one conversation. I love to get to know people's story. I love to know. I immerse with it.
You're interested in other people's stories.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
I want to be there. I want to go through I almost want to be there, go through the journey with them, the happy, the sadness, everything. And I also enjoyed a little bit reading the psychology and things like that. So how human mind works.
Yeah.
Why we are the way we are today, and the impact, the influences. So all of that together.
It is fascinating, isn't it? If you allow yourself just to hear the other person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So can I ask, with your experience of being in therapy yourself and being diagnosed with ADHD when you were younger, have you noticed a difference with having ADHD, having experienced quite a bit of therapy? Because I imagine, there's two roads, isn't there? There's the neurological and then there's the psychological, emotional aspect. And I have spoken to people with ADHD, the more they work on themselves, it's not that it's the easier they are with themselves. They still have the neurodiverse, but they understand that part of themselves a little bit more. Have you noticed that with yourself?
The more you understand yourself, the more you're more gentle and compassionate.
Yeah, okay.
It's about acceptance to start with. You accept yourself, this is who I am, this is what I got.
Sure.
The more you fight and just you go nowhere, then you can be compassionate, be gentle, be the cheerleader you needed when you didn't have when you were childhood, and understand you are different, but also really understand yourself. Understand that what is your strength and what is your weakness.
And we've all got both.
Understand this is your own job. This is your own job to discover it. It's your own journey.
And have you had people come to you that have been diagnosed with ADHD?
I think my first experience work with the ADHD client was when I was NHS training. And I have this Japanese lady in her 40s sitting in front of me crying. She has been diagnosed with ADHD. She also have very strict, probably worse than my childhood growing up with family background. And she completely lost the sense of self, low self-esteem, overthinking, everything. I was like, wow, I'm looking at myself. We all know, all therapists know that you will meet yourself in the therapy room. And also how important it is that your family background is not supportive.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so coming back to you now, what made you decide to train as a therapist?
So the story is that the trainer therapist is that, so I notice what my interest area is, which is, love and relationship. And I have, I love to hear people. I'm interested in people's story. I love to hear their story. And I'm interested in how human mind works, the psychology side of it. I think the only thing hold me back is the self-doubt. Is English is my second language. And I was like, who wants to listen to a Chinese therapist to speak English? So that was a big I was stuck on that in my own head. There's no evidence of it, just my own head, that I was doubting myself. And one day, I think I was having conversation with my friend of mine, and he came to me with some his family issue. And I sat down, we had a chat, and I was able to help him to see things from different perspective. And he was just started crying, and she's like, "Oh, no one ever helped me this way. You changed my life." It struck me that moment. I was like, "Oh, you don't really need to speak perfect English to help other people. You can get the idea across, and as long as they felt it, as long as they felt heard, understood by you, the work is done."
And being present for the person sitting in front of you.
Yeah, definitely being present, and build that deep and meaningful relationship with a client. So
then you went on to train.
And I went to train, and again, the training is I wasn't prepared for what was coming.
What was coming?
The back to school, the study,
the essays,
the assignments, and I was working full time, and I was, then it was time. The time, you never have enough time. And also I think that every therapist struggled, and study English and back to the school with my ADHD brain, that I didn't realize how bad I was.
In what way?
How difficult for me to stay focused, and how sensitive I was to things. If there's a group of people talking in a room, this is great. I can either focus on you or focus on you. But if there's a group of 20 people talking, one person says something, one person says something, one person says something, and a tutor says something, my head, I just lost. I wasn't able to navigate quickly to focus on one person. I have to be focused on to listen to you, then the other. So it was challenging experience, and the academic pursuit as well, and the time. So everything was quite challenging. But back to what I said earlier, I realized if I really want to do this, and I can do it. One good thing about ADHD, we talked about having creativity, think outside the box, intuitive, is resilient.
And the hyperfocus.
And the hyperfocus.
Yeah, see, with someone with ADHD, if they're good at something, and it's fact, right?
If they want to do something.
And if they really want to do something, the hyper-focus.
You just keep going, don't you?
It's like that.
Yeah.
And
tunnel version.
And then what happens, you excel.
Yeah.
So you excel at what you're good at.
Yeah.
But you don't excel at what you're not good at because it's boring. Yeah.
It's not enough fun. In my head, it's not enough
focus is And now you're sitting here and you are a therapist, so obviously you've done something right.
It's all of this and the training. There's a little story during my training. I think it was my second or third class, level 2. My tutor just looked at me saying, when I was asking my tutor a question, then he was like, "Joy, you are fine. You're going to be a very good therapist." It's something that nobody ever told me about, in the sense of believed in me.
There is that praise that you're not used to receiving.
No, it doesn't sound familiar. Somebody actually believed in me. Something actually see good in me. Not just all the things I was lacking that was actually not in my control at all. My birth, sex, my ADHD condition, and when I was born, none of it was my control. But it felt so good, and I never looked back. Yeah, because she believed in me and I believed in myself.
So you moved into the right industry, or do you still miss music?
Therapy is the right choice for me.
Do you think therapy is your music?
It allows me to be creative.
Yeah.
It allows me to be creative, to be intuitive. And it's probably, back to being me, who I am. And also allows me to, it's meaningful. It is meaningful. It's felt. Music is felt. You can't see it, it's felt. I think a lot of moments in the therapy that you can't see as well, but you felt it.
Yeah.
And once you felt it, that's the moment you move. You are released. You're healed, or you moved on, and you're able to unstuck. So,
but that's like music. You know, it's a felt feeling, isn't it?
When
it is
you
felt
listen
feeling.
To music, you can't see it,
and you know, process is not tangible. It's hard to explain to someone, because they're like little golden nuggets along the way that you pick up. But it is a felt experience.
Yeah, that's a beautiful way of explaining it, yeah.
And also, I just wanted to add is the transpersonal.
Yeah.
I all of a sudden realized that music's the same. It doesn't have to have like a uniform language that you can hold arena, you can hold festival with tens of thousands of people. Everyone felt they are on the same level, and you felt it. And the same as therapy, you don't need to speak perfect language, that you can get that idea across, and the other person sitting in the room felt. That's the other thing I found of therapy is beautiful, is that humans are the same. I coming from such different background to pretty much everyone sit in front of me. But a lot of time we're saying the same story. As a human, we all want to be heard, understood, loved, and supported. And that's very, very essence of being human.
So if you have a message to the viewers and audience out there, what would be your message?
Wow, there's a few of them. But first, the thing, you need to believe that you are the creator of your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to have a very strong, firm belief that. Then the next one, I think it's, maybe because it's my motto is you feel the fear, do it anyway. Because even you realize you can create your own life, there will be a lot of obstacles, challenges, setbacks that along the journey. So you can't let fear to overtake you. You have to feel the fear. You do it anyway. You show up for yourself every single day, and you give yourself that promise. There's no other way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on A Bunch of Therapists.
Yeah, and your joyful presence. Honestly, it's been lovely to have you here.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
You've been listening to A Bunch of Therapists with me, Michaela McCarthy, and Dipti Solanki.
And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to review, like, and subscribe to wherever you listen to your podcasts. And do follow us on our socials. Until next time, see you soon.